Welcome to the County of Sacramento Child Protective Services Policy and Procedure Training on Conference and Workshop Registration Guidelines. The purpose of this policy is to outline the process for obtaining approval to attend a conference and/or workshop, including guidance for registration, out-of-county travel, and hotel reservations for conferences and workshops. Rationale. Participation in work-related conferences and workshops may provide child welfare staff opportunities for professional development and assist child welfare personnel in fulfilling yearly training requirements. Coordination with the Workforce Development Unit ensures that conference and/or workshop attendance requests receive the necessary approval and/or authorizations. So what is the difference between a conference, a fee-based conference or workshop, and education and tuition reimbursement? Business conferences are job-related professional conferences that provide the employee with current technical, professional information to do his or her current job. Fee-based conferences and workshops are offered by an external vendor in which there is a fee to attend. Registration fees are to be paid in full prior to attending. Education and tuition reimbursement is intended to support an employee in academic, work-relevant personal and professional growth. It does not substitute for department training programs and business conferences that impart skills and knowledge for an employee to perform in a current position. Required information. This policy applies when staff are seeking approval to attend or register for an employment-related conference or workshop. Pre-approval from division managers are required for all fee-based conferences and trainings. Staff should also seek input from their division managers to see if there are any specific requests for information to come back that will benefit our agency. In addition, supervisor approval is required for all of these as well. Process. Staff that are requesting to attend a conference or workshop not provided by Sacramento County or DCFAS need to get prior approval from their supervisor and program manager and send the following information to cpstraining@saccounty.net. The workshop or conference announcement, the request to attend conference or workshop form completed with the following information: the location, the cost per person, request for county time only, or if overtime is being requested, a description of conference or workshop and how it applies to the practice in CWS or our division work, signatures from the supervisor and program manager approving attendance, as well as all costs associated with the workshop or conference. That includes registration, travel costs, food reimbursements, etc. Please note, in order for courses to be eligible for reimbursement or tuition reimbursement, the employee will attend courses on personal time. County time or regular working hours cannot be used if claiming tuition education reimbursement. For more information, refer to County Personnel Policies and Procedures E-1, titled Educational Reimbursement. Upon receiving this information, the Workforce Development Unit will send the announcements to the Deputy Director and Division Managers for approval, as well as to determine if additional staff should attend. Staff Guidelines. Program managers will determine which staff will attend from their program if the conference and workshop is approved. They will disseminate conference workshop flyers and brochures and registration forms to selected staff if registration forms are required by the conference coordinator. They will review and sign travel requests if out-of-county travel is required, and this is done through the Concur online system. And they will forward names, completed registration forms, and travel requests to cpstraining@saccounty.net. Staff Guidelines continued for the supervisors. Upon receiving notice from the Workforce Development Unit that the conference or workshop is approved by the Deputy Director, supervisors should proceed as follows. They should obtain the names and registration forms from staff interested in attending the conference and training. They should review and sign travel request forms if out-of-county travel is requested, and this is done through the Concur online system, and they should forward names, registration forms, and travel requests of selected staff to the program manager. Staff Guidelines continued for the social workers and other staff. Upon receiving notice from Workforce Development Unit that the conference and workshop is approved by the Deputy Director, social workers and other staff should proceed as follows. Social workers and other staff should inform supervisors of interest in announced conferences and workshops. If selected to attend by the program manager, social worker, and other staff will submit their names and/or completed registration forms to their supervisor. If traveling out of county, complete the travel request form and submit to supervisor for signature. This is done through the Concur online system. If selected to attend, staff may be asked to provide a written summary of what they learned at the conference and workshop and how the information can be used to improve services, outcomes, processes, etc. They will also need to forward their name, their registration form, and travel requests of selected staff to the program manager and supervisor. The Workforce Development Guidelines for what we do. For conference and trainings that require payment, we will forward the travel requests form to CPS Accounts Payable. They will review this form within 2 business days. They will cut a check between 10 to 12 business days to pay for the conference or workshop. If there are any questions about payments being made for a conference or training that you're supposed to attend, please just reach out to CPS Training at saccounty.net and we will help you get that resolved. Hotel reservations. If you have any questions regarding hotel reservations or travel arrangements, please make sure you contact the DCFAS Travel Desk. Staff attending a conference or workshop are to make their own arrangements for hotel reservations. Attending staff contacts designated conference or workshop hotel directly for accommodations. If a hotel has not been designated by the conference or workshop, then staff is to contact a hotel in the vicinity of the conference or workshop to make overnight accommodations. Staff must make hotel reservations through the hotel, not through a third-party agency such as Expedia, Travelocity, etc. When staff submits their travel paperwork to the travel desk or through the Concur online system, they must include the hotel email confirmation in order to have the hotel paid in advance. Please note, requests for travel advances must be submitted to the department travel coordinator at least 1 month before the travel takes place. Travel advances can be issued to the traveler for up to 90% of the estimated lodging and meal expenses for official travel. Staff may choose to pay for lodging with their own credit card and submit for reimbursement upon return if there is not ample time to request in advance. All of these reimbursements are done through the Concur online system. Resources. In order to get resources that go along with conference and workshop guidelines, you can look up on our intranet site the DCFAS Authorization Travel Forms, the DCFAS Authorization Travel Form County Employee Non-County, the Zero Expense Form -Travel, and the Countywide Travel Forms and Guidelines. Documentation. If conference workshop participants wish to have conference and/or workshops they attended added to their training record, participants must submit completed confirmation of attendance to CPS Training at saccounty.net. This could be in the form of an email with the names of the workshops attended at the conference or a scanned-in sign-in sheet showing attendance. Oftentimes, conferences also provide a certificate of completion. Any of those can be emailed to CPS Training at saccounty.net. Forms. In order to be considered to attend a conference and/or workshop, please fill out the Request to Attend Conference or Workshop form, which can be found on the CPS Training intranet page. The references that we used in order to write this policy were as follows: the DHHS Travel Policy and Procedure, the County Personnel Policies and Procedures regarding educational reimbursement, the CPS Training Policy and Procedure, and the CPS Overtime Policy and Procedure. That concludes our time going over the conference and workshop registration guidelines. If you have additional questions, you can speak to your supervisor or email CPS Policy and Procedure at saccounty.net and put Conference and Workshop Registration Guidelines in the subject line. Thank you so much and have a great day.